live now? Yeah, looks like it, maybe. Or not. Hello, everyone. My name is Katy, and welcome to the Greenland Quilter channel. I hope everybody's been having a great Thursday. You know, we are almost at the end of the week again. I mean, we're going to be halfway through February come Sunday, and I'm just like, I can't keep up with all these days that just fly by like nobody's business.
Oh,
I have Jess here, and I'll be talking to her in a minute. But first, we're going to do my usual 5 minute spill, and we're going to share a couple channels. And the first one we're going to share is Rita's, and I'm going to share her link in here while I share the screen so we can go look at Rita's channel.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hold on a second. There's always a delay when you do this.
Yes, that little bit.
It's like just enough to be cringing the whole time the channel's silent,
It's not too much of a delay. That's what I also really appreciate. So, hi everyone. I'm so glad that you're here to hang out with us today.
Okay, someone in the channel, because you're on your browser, let me know when you see Crystal Dragon's or Rita's channel, because there's always a 30-second delay and I can't see it until y'all see it, because I have Zoom to look at, and Zoom's different. I automatically see it on Zoom and not in a browser. So let me know when you see it. She's doing pretty good with her channel, though.
I agree. All right,
Are we there yet?
It's showing on YouTube now. Yes.
All right, so here's the first one I'm going to share with you. This is Rita's channel, Crystal Dragon House of Creations Rita, and she's a new channel. I'm not sure how many months she's in, but I don't think she's a year old yet, not that I'm aware of. But anyway, she has been slowly putting up videos. She has 172 videos, you guys. So that's pretty darn good for someone who's not that, for someone with such a young channel. She said she created this channel to share crafts. Crafts can range in anything from paper, fabric, or even the craft of making food. She's been doing various craft projects for over 50 years. She originally started sewing with only needle and thread, of which that included making clothing to make quilts, crocheting, knitting, embroidery, cross stitch, working with wood to make picture frames, using various things to create rugs, whether that is with making a wood peg loom or using a hula hoop to create a rug. Crafting ranges in so many aspects and spectrums. With these videos, she hopes that everyone can enjoy them as much as she has fun making them. So this is her description of her channel. She has 244 subscribers, and as I said, 172 videos. So this week she was gifted the Quilt Maker's 1000 block book, and she is already on the case. Look at that block. She's already made that block, and she is just totally ecstatic about this book. I know her, she is going to be really blasting out the blocks. She's already marked pages for applique, because I figured she would. And so she has all these, she has a video about the book. She talks about flying geese 4 at a time. She has a fabric haul talking about her aloe veras out in her yard, Dresden's, the puff quilt that she makes. And Beautiful. She's also been on a really big role of making quilts lately. And see, she has shorts, I think. Yep. There are some shorts videos here for you guys to watch to get you on, to see what she has to offer. And let's see if she's already started making playlists. And she has. So she has Flying Geese, Quilter's 1000 Block, Tonga Blue Moon, Quilted Cards, Foundation Paper Piecing, January 2026 projects, Dresden Blocks, Aquaponics and Outdoors. She does do growing plants with hydroponics. Other blocks, Sewalong 2025 Fur Babies and 2025 Moto Blockhead 6. So she has lots here for anyone who's interested. So y'all hop on over here if you're not subscribed to her channel. Subscribe, watch some videos, make some comments, hit that like button. show her that you're there, let her know, because we all are, well, I'm not small anymore, but I am still going to promote small channels because I know what it's like to be little. And we are little, but we are mighty. And we do this as a community. And as I've said many times, a village can move mountains. We can too. So come on over and share the love with Rita. Watch her videos and let her know you're there. So this is Rita's channel. And it's called, again, Crystal Dragon House of Creations. All right. Now I'm going to stop to share for a minute because the next channel I'm going to share, and I have to move to that screen before I can turn the share screen on back. Zoom is a little persnickety about that. You can't just like go from one to the next. I don't know why. It's weird. Okay, so the next one, can you type exclamation Andy in the channel for me if you don't mind?
Yeah, definitely.
Because the bot has her in there. It's the DI, not Y.
Yeah.
All right, so here we got Andy, and someone in the channel let us know when you see her channel, True Blue Quilts. And you're probably wondering, what have I been up to with these things? I am trying to, so I'll explain while you're waiting. So before I became a YouTuber, I was a YouTube viewer. Well, I'm still a YouTube viewer, of course I am. But I spent many hours watching everybody else's videos, and I have always been this person that wanted to talk, like the channel, share the channel. It's just who I am. This goes all the way back to my IRC days, because when you help one another out, you grow a community, you make friends, and these friends promote other friends, and before you know it, you have this really cool community where you can share things that you love doing with each other. And this is how I've made so many beautiful friends. This community is the loveliest community I've ever seen, and we all are looking out for each other, and that's what we should do. Can everybody see this now?
Yeah, Andy's on.
All right, so this is True Blue Quilts, and Andy's the owner of this channel. And I interviewed Andy, I think about a year ago, and she is such a delight to talk to, and she has so much knowledge. I just want to sit in her channel and soak it up, because she's really talented creator, and especially with quilts, and there's so much anyone can learn from her because she's been doing this for a while. Her channel showcases the wonderful things about quilting, whether you're making your first quilt or your 50th. True Blue Quilts helps you enjoy, experiment, and excel as you express your creativity in a tangible way. Andy shares new quilting tutorials each week, and you can join her for a live sew and chat every Wednesday. She has been a long arm quilter since 2006, and she loves to share free motion quilting designs as well as a classic quilt blocks and quilt patterns. She also has patterns available on www.truebluequilts.com/shop. So she does have an online shop. Okay, so she's close to 18,000 subscribers now, and she has 751 videos, you guys. So there is plenty here to watch. So let's see here. She does have shorts, and there is lots of them here. So there's lots for you to just dip your toes into to see what she's all about. And then after you watch these shorts, you can cruise on over to her playlist. And her playlist varies. She's got a Rainbow Scrap Challenge, the Holidays 2025, 30 Days of Color, Projects from Cotton Cuts, the 2023 Advent Mini Quilt. Look at that. Mine's with pre-cuts, a little bit of different collections of quilt blocks, Sketch Timber 2022. So you can see she has lots here for you guys to watch, to learn from. So hop on over to Andy's channel and subscribe.
Yeah, she's a long-arm teacher. She has published books, or book, at least I know one. And then she's amazing.
She is very amazing, and I need to buy her book, that's for sure. I'm gonna have to ask her about where to go find that book, because you know me, I love books.
Well, I need to get over there on the West Coast and just go meet her. So
I want to meet her too. Wouldn't that be the coolest thing ever? I'll be glad when I can travel back to the States. Oh, but right now I can't. I'm parked.
Someday.
So my husband says I can go otherwise. Uh, so anyway, now I'm going to talk to Jess for a minute. So Jess,
Do you want to say hi to everyone in the chat before you can, oh, hi. No, you're good. So I'm Jess by So Blessed by Jess, and I am 2 years on YouTube. I can't believe it. It's so amazing. And I'm having so much fun. Thank you. I do a lot of tutorials on my channel. You'll be seeing, especially I love just to make quilts and blocks and just show you how to do that whole process. I'm starting my long arm career, so I'm hoping to show a little bit more of that inside my YouTube channel. I'm an elementary teacher, so you'll see elementary teacher outfits of the week. I posted one today about that. That's so much fun for me to do because I have so many makes that I will be March. That's my goal in March is to wear what I make all month long and not to repeat an outfit. So we're gonna work that out.
That's one heck of a challenge.
It's gonna be. I need to start working on a couple more outfits, or I'm gonna be. I don't know what I'm wearing those days.
Yeah.
But I really I enjoy life. You can see me live with my really good friend, best friend William on my so-called life, and we're on like 4 nights a week. And you can always catch me on there for some really good conversations, some laughs. Katy joins us once or twice a week when we can get her on. So yeah, we just have a lot of fun. I'm here for fun. I'm here for love, and just yeah, it's fun. I love it. So
if y'all want some laughter, you need to go to William's channel. And
yes,
I don't think I have
absolutely
a lot right now. Can you share his link?
Yeah, I can share them. Yep, absolutely.
Hey, Bud Balls, welcome, welcome. So let me say hi to everybody in the chat, and then we're going to talk about what we're working on tonight. I forgot that. What are you working on tonight or today? Sorry.
Oh, okay. That's a very good question. So I have made this Elizabeth Hartman wall hanging with the bear, and I put a post on my channel yesterday with a poll with either making the fox, the deer, or the bunny rabbit or other, and the other was a Highland cow. I have been commissioned to the Highland cow life. And so it was a really, really close draw. It was like 43% to 41%, 43 for the Highland cow. So I'm taking the head of the Highland cow because I've made this quilt twice actually, and it's hanging up on my wall. And so I've brought his face and I've kind of like I brought it down like 75%. And so I'm going to recreate it to make another little wall hanging like this to hold my little mini quilts.
Oh,
So
that's going to be
that's what I'm going to be working on tonight.
All this creativity.
Yeah, I got the nose done. That's all I got done so far.
Hey, wow, that's great.
I like it.
Okay, let me see here. Let me say hi to everybody in the chat. And I can't see the first person was in the channel. I think it was Joyce. Hi, Joyce. Or no, it was Melanie that was in here first. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Melanie. Hello to Mona from Rip It. Hi, Joyce H. Hello, Lisa. Welcome, welcome. We got Jean. Hello. Hello, Quilting. It's good to see you. Hi, Kathy. It's good to see you also. And we have the Bud Files. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so you saw what she's going to work on. I'm going to work on Katy's Creative Chaos. I'm going to show you some, for those that might not know what that is. Let me show you. Now, this is not sewn. And I'm going to make someone dizzy probably if I don't knock myself off first. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what all this chaos looks like. But the top half right here, except for the far right, this is not sewn on yet. So this is. So this is going, these blocks, each one of these blocks, here, I'll put this one up here. Each one of these blocks is 16 3/4. So what it consists of is you're sewing 4 patch blocks, And then you're making a 9-patch block with those 4-patch blocks. Then you have 7 hourglass blocks that go around the, yeah, I'm trying to make sure. Let's go up here. So we have a cornerstone up here. Then we have 3 hourglass blocks going this way, and then 3 going here, and we have a sashing that goes around. And this whole block, like I said, is 16 3/4. So the quilt top is going to consist of 1, 2, 3, 5 across. So you're going to have 5 16 3/4 blocks across, and then it's going to go 6 down. So there'll be a total of 30 blocks. And that should fit a twin size bed. And then what I'm going to do is on the outside of the actual, once it's all sewn together, we're going to put a 4.5-inch border around it to lock in all these seams, because there's tons of seams. And the other thing I wanted to point out is I thought I was going to be brilliant when I did this, because this design came out of my head. I do not have a written pattern, but Andrea is writing one for me. And I decided I wanted to turn these blocks. So every other block got turned. But what happened when I turned it is this happened. You see how they're not lined up?
Yeah.
And I'm leaving it like that. I'm not taking this apart and flipping them back the way the original one started out, because the title is Katy's Creative Chaos. So we're going to leave it like that. We're going to leave it like that. It's intentional. It's a design, what do you call it? A design decision. Yeah. So we're going to leave it like that. And I'm going to keep turning the blocks, and we're going to leave it like that. I started to stress out about it to begin with when I realized that this was happening. But then I realized it was because I had the sashing created the way I did it, and did that, you know, by having that cornerstone up there the way I did it. So when I turned the block, that's when it stopped aligning up every other block. But I don't feel like that's really a flaw in the grander scheme of doing something that you're doing in your head.
Okay.
You know, at least to me, because I never said I'm not a pattern designer yet, but this is a way to play to figure out, you know, it's okay to make mistakes. And when you're and you can't tell me that a designer, when they make quilt patterns, I'm sure that many of them have made many design mistakes, and this is part of, you know, learning, and this is my way to learn. And it don't have to be perfect. I'm not after perfection. I'm just after trying to understand the mechanics of blocks. And this is a way for me to understand that. And from time to time, I call upon Jess. I'm good at math to a certain point, but I get stuck sometimes on something. I can't figure it out. And so I'll call her and say, "Hey man, I'm stuck. Can you help me?" So, yeah. But anyway, I wanted you to see that. But the whole tone of the quilt, this is the main reason for the sew along. One, to use up charm packs. I have 100. When I pulled out all my charm packs, I showed it on a live. I had 141 of them. Now, I haven't bought any charm packs since 2020. So all of this was between 2015 to 2020. When you're a newbie and you see, it's like, oh, I gotta have this, gotta have that, gotta have this. And you get sucked into this little vortex because the Fat Quarter Shop was running specials on them. And it don't take long before you're like involved in all the sales. And yeah. So I still have a ton of charm packs left. And so the idea was to use charms, and I've gone through 3 packs of charms right now. Probably end up going through probably 5, more than likely. That's the way it's looking, because you get, when you're doing the 4-patch, because of the way I'm doing them from 5-inch squares, you get 2 4-patch per 2 5-inch squares. But on the hourglass, you only get 1. And you have to trim down when you get those half square triangles to be 4.5, like the 4-patch blocks are at. And this is just another part of this learning thing that I, discovered with doing this. Yeah. So I'm going to finish this one off. And we're going to have another sew along coming up where we're going to use more charm squares. And if you have layer cakes, now I only have 6 layer cakes. So when I use up my layer cakes, that'll be the end of my layer cake situation in this house. Currently, and tell me in the channel, how many, give us an estimate of how many charm packs you have in your stash, how many layer cakes you have in your stash, and how many jelly rolls you have in your stash. I only have 2 jelly rolls left in my house right now, 2. And I have 9 layer cakes. But when I went to QuiltCon in 2024, sorry, they had a scavenger hunt. And I don't think Jess went that year. I don't think.
No.
So the scavenger hunt was you go by every vendor. Some of the vendors' lines were so long. Oh my God. If you go through each vendor, they would give you a charm pack, a mini. These are the minis.
Yeah.
The little 2.5-inch ones. So when I came home from QuiltCon, I came home with like 30 of these because I did the scavenger hunt. So Ooh. I have a bunch of these too. Mm-hmm. So if you have minis too, tell us how many of those you have. Because the reason I'm bringing it up is one of my chief goals here is probably for the next 2 or 3 years until people get bored with it, I guess. We're going to do something scrappy with all of these. Mm-hmm. We're going to try to use them up. I mean, from my point of view, I have to watch my money right now because as you know, fabric's gone up, thread's gone up. I can't hardly keep up. All of us can hardly keep up. And what better way to try to stretch your stash than use up the pre-cuts that you are sitting on doing nothing with? Let's sew them. And then save on your yardage. Use your yardage for background. Use your fat quarters for actually projects. Let's do some cool little scrappy things with all this stuff. Hey, Teresa. And let's see who else walked in here. Hi, Judy H. Hello, Tony. I hope I said this right. Tony Tram. Welcome, welcome. And who else came in? Someone else came in here, I think.
I saw Gladys pop in.
Hi, Gladys. Yep. And hello, Lee. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. Melanie. Hello, hello. Is that everybody now? I think I got everybody.
Yeah, I'm really glad to see everyone coming and hanging out with us tonight.
Yep. That's so let's see what some of them are answering. Jean says she has 40 to 50 charm packs, 200 or so jelly rolls. Wow. Way too many fat quarters and yards of 1 to 3 cuts. See, I didn't include the yardage and fat quarters in there because that's my main stash right now is fat quarters and yardage. And I'm trying to use up some of these pre-cuts because it'll stretch my stash until, you know, maybe the market settles and finally something good starts to come from the market. You know, you never know. I feel like that I could get myself covered probably for 3 years. The only problem I'm having right now, and I called Jordan Fabrics. I talked to them on the phone day before yesterday because on my batiks, I bought 12, and I'm sorry for this thing with my nose. Excuse me. You're going to hear it a lot. Can't help it. I bought 12 yards of a batik white that has it's like a tone on tone. And I bought that. I went and looked up to see when I actually bought that 12 yards. It was in the latter part of 2024 when I bought it. I'm down to about 3 yards right now. So I'm getting squeamish about this because I use batiks constantly. So I called them and they're going to get back to me to see if they can find some yardage that's close enough to what I'm using right now because I really like using that. It's not like bright white, but because it has that tone on tone with the bluish gray color, it tones it down enough so that when you're doing batiks with bright colors, you're seeing the batiks itself, not the background, which is my goal. Is let's let that all blend in together. And I am for the first time sewing batiks with a dark blue background with my Alice's Wonderland sew along I'm doing with Cheri, which is going to be interesting because that's the first time I've tried doing a dark background. So we'll see how that comes out.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to keep on working on Katy's creative chaos because we have a job to do.
Looking amazing, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
It is. It's really hard for my brain to do stuff like that. And I've told people this in the past. When it's like Scrappy, like people are like, Scrappy is happy, and I'm like, ooh, Scrappy's not happy in my brain. I almost put myself in teacher mode, like, and saying my last name.
Don't do that.
Because I've been so used to saying that all day long.
Yeah.
Like, not teacher, not teacher. I'm Jess right now. Get back into my alternate personality.
Yeah.
But
it is definitely going to be a very broad. I feel like I'm achieving my goal in two ways. Well, three. I'm learning what not to do when you're designing something, because sometimes what you have in your mind might not necessarily work until you discover it's working, but it's not what I wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to beat myself over the head about it, because this is a learning thing, and that's what I want to keep it at. Is I have always been this person, and I say this many times: when you stop learning is when you're 6 feet in the grave.
Oh,
We
definitely.
learn all the way until we are. So this is part of my process of learning how to be a quilter. Do I want to become a pattern designer? That hasn't even crossed my mind. I just, when, and Jess probably will agree with this, as a channel creator, we got to come up ways to keep you guys engaged.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes there's lots of free patterns out there for you guys to jump on, but if we can come up with something of our own, it always makes you feel good that you did this on your own, and it's not perfect, but it's fun. And that's the whole thing about the whole thing, is keeping it fun. And I got to have color. You know that. I live in a country where there's so much color here. Most people think that Greenland is just as the latest comment was, it's just a sheet of ice. No, it's not. Mm-hmm. No, it isn't. It's just, and so I'm expressing myself by all of this color. I don't believe that I would even be sewing if I was still in Florida. I would be outside expressing myself with color, with plants, because that's what I did, and now I don't have that outlet. So this is my outlet.
Yes.
Hi, Dubravka. It's good to see you.
Hi, girl.
So let's get to sewing.
Yes. Well, we have Joy says she has 1 charm pack, 1 layer cake, and no jelly rolls. Can you believe that?
Wow. She's got
she
2
must
less
have the
than
yardage.
me
then. She looks like if we're gonna go to someone's house and we need to make a quilt that needs multiple yards, we're going to Joyce's house.
Yep.
Jean, I'm coming at you someday. I'm coming at you. We're going to make some wall hangings. They're going to look beautiful, because I saw that comment that you said. I have made a couple wall hangings. 200. But, oh, I love it. I love it. You guys are, and when you ask that question, I'm like going through my closet over here, and I'm like, I have a lot of yardage, but I have, Jean's correcting herself. She has 20 jelly rolls, not 200.
I saw that. Not 200 like we thought. Yeah, I was like, 200, wow.
But I have 2 jelly rolls, 2 layer cakes, probably about 15 to 20 charm packs. Because I went through a phase, and I actually have a container that's built for charm packs from when Joann's had it. Ooh, let's see, about 12 years ago I bought it, and it's full. It's full. But I'm more of a fat quarter girl. I like my fat quarters, fat 8. I like getting my collections from that, and then I'll get some yardage too if I'm really feeling it. So
I discovered that
hey,
it took me a while to figure that out, and it's probably how you figured it out sooner. I've discovered that I think I prefer having fat quarter bundles and yardage over just smaller stuff, because you can do so much more with. And I think the only reason I didn't do it to begin with is because I wanted to see what was in a collection before I went and spent it on an entire fat quarter thing. And now it's like, I don't care, I'm going to buy it anyway.
Yes. I wish the prices weren't going up, but I understand. But you can't keep me from buying Chelsea and Cheri from a Quilting Life. I will always get their material is so special to me. I love it.
Hey,
And
Jess.
and solids. Yeah, oh, girl, that is beautiful.
You know which one that is, right?
Is that from Lori?
No,
No, that's from Cheri and Chelsea.
this is
That's
Cheri.
the
Yeah,
latest one. I
Cheri.
didn't get that one yet.
No, this one's not even the latest one because this was gifted to me at QuiltCon when I went in 2024. And it
No, that
is,
was before me.
yeah, so this one is Simply Delightful.
Yeah, I didn't start collecting until Laguna Sunrise
But you see
came
all
into
those
play.
back
I
quarters
think
in
that was the
there?
next one.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah.
I still haven't cracked it.
But I
It's
love,
like I need to figure out
strawberry
what I
alarm.
want to use it for, so it'll stay in this wrap until I figure out what I want to do with it.
Oh yeah, gotta keep it pristine. Absolutely.
That's right.
Yes. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. But their new collection coming out with like the Halloween colors.
Oh, that's right up your alley.
I I love it. I love the whole orange and grays or
Yep.
orange and blues. Those really the burnt orange. That's really good. It makes my heart
Judy
sing.
says Judy says she's starting to prefer fat quarter bundles over yardage. I like both.
And I know that like the Fat Quarter Shop's coming out with the socialites, and that's starting in a week from,
From
and I still
tomorrow.
have yet to figure out what I'm going to create that with. But I think I'm just gonna go scrappy. I think I'm gonna like, I'm saying like a lot, so I do apologize, y'all. I have so much fabric that just needs to go away. Um, I need to bite the bullet and just create with the scrappiness. I do. I need to channel my inner Katy and all of my scrappy friends that love scrappy fabrics and just hold my hand, help me through this.
It's boutiques all the way from socialites. Shonda and I are doing a collab together with it. We start that in March, and
No,
I'm
yeah.
gonna. I wanted. I thought about doing it in a dark background too, like I'm doing with the Alice in Wonderland. And then I'm like, no, let's do the white.
Yeah.
And being, you can use your scraps. You don't have to make it all chaotic like what you see here with the charm squares,
Oh,
but you know,
yeah. It can just be different pinks or different reds or it
yeah,
just
yeah,
different, just material all in the same color family.
yeah.
Absolutely. Um,
I thought about doing like blues. I have several, well, I think four, I have four back quarter bundles that
mhm.
are blues and purples. I mean, they're separate from each other. There's two packs that are blues, and then there's two packs that are purples. And I thought about maybe kind of going down that. I haven't made a blue quilt at all, actually, if you think about it. It's always been bright, happy colors, and I
Yeah.
haven't really tried to do just like an all blue quilt or an all purple quilt. So, and I have enough of fat quarters to even, I'm pretty sure I have enough to achieve that while using, you know, white as the background.
Mhm. Oh, did you see what Shelby from Quilting On said? I like fat quarters and I cannot lie.
That song. Do you remember? Have
Yeah.
you ever watched Yvette Renee's old videos?
It sounds familiar.
She sings a song that has to do with that.
Does she?
Can't remember what the title of the song is.
I feel like Stephanie needs to be resurrected and we need to come up with some really canning stuff for her to say.
Yep.
It's been a while. It's been a while. She's bubbling. She's bubbling. She's coming.
Yep. Yep.
Um, Debraka, you asked me how long I've been quilting. That is an amazing question. So doing this itself, like I've sewn things. I've done like let's see. I was sporadic though. Like I would make a quilt and then I would leave it. There was one time where I didn't walk in this room for 6 months just because I didn't want to be in here. Um, And it was right after COVID because I had made all the masks and everything. And I left this room for about 6, 7 months. I never even walked in here. But you're looking at probably 12 years I have been behind a sewing machine. Um,
Oh,
but at this level, probably like the last 3 or 4 years.
how long have you had the long arm? Because you won it from Soya, right?
I did win it from Soya. I won it. It'll be 3 years in March that I won the machine. And then I received it in April. Um, so she's been in here loving life. She hasn't even hit maybe 20 quilts just because I'm scared. Not scared of her, that's the wrong word, but just nervous and thinking that I'm not good enough to use it. It's a, yeah, I don't know.
I think you're going to do wonderful with it. I wish I could have one. I just, me and Nikolai talked about it. I mean, we could sacrifice part of the living room once I get moved back into the craft room, but
Yeah.
the problem is long arms are expensive, number one. And number two, if you don't have access to service people, that can be a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I'm better off sliding my behind over to getting an M8 because the M8 has a stitch regulator on it, which will help
Okay.
with free motion. Because I haven't tried the free motion on this one. I've done straight stitching quilting on it, and I've had fun with it. But with the M8, the neck is just a little bit longer than this one, but it has that regulator on it, which would probably be a better way for me to learn free motion. That way it can control the stitching and I won't have to be ripping things out all the time.
Oh, I agree with that. Um, I ripped out a whole quilt. Um, the one I gave William for his birthday. I ripped that whole quilt out. Like I had stitched it all up. I didn't like it. I ripped that whole thing out on probably mostly on his lives. Like he couldn't even see it because I had it in my lap. But yeah.
Sometimes
They
you
do
have,
have sit down machines where you can sit down and then it has leaves like Lisa has one, George, and his leaves, the leaves come up so you can move the quilt around. So that could be a space saver if you didn't want to get
yeah, I'm going to be talking I'm going to go by because we're going to Denmark in June. And
yeah,
so because Nikolai has to go re-up his paramedic license. And so this happens like every 3 years, something like that. And I've
yeah.
gotten to go every time he's had to go. And we're actually going back to Fano, which is really cool. But the shop that I bought this 6,700p is in Copenhagen, and we're probably going to spend a couple days before we drive to Fano, and I'm gonna go by and talk to them because maybe I remember she had a sit down table that this could fit into, and so I'm gonna talk to her about that and also find out if she happens because the other problem I have is this machine is now 6 years old. It's
Okay.
never it's never had a spa day,
Mm,
where you take it and have it serviced because I
yeah.
don't I would have to stick it in the box, mail it to Denmark, and I would be without a machine for at least 6 weeks, and I can't do that. I have a channel to run, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to
You know,
sew on
back
that
up.
little singer thing, no, thank you. That little talent is a pain in the butt. And so, I want to talk to them, and maybe I could talk to their service tech and find out if he may tell me, nope, can't give you that information, but I'm hoping he'll say, yeah, I'll give you that information and show me what I should do to service
Hmm.
my machine until I can get me a backup machine where I can actually send this one to them for servicing. There's nothing wrong with it. It works fine. It does let you know when it gets garbage in it.
Oh, I bet.
Copenhagen. And
Here
we're
you
going to go
go.
troll hunting too. You need to go look for those trolls.
I've looked up when you mentioned those trolls, I actually started looking them up in the Raleigh region. So maybe my youngest daughter and I need to go to Raleigh
I was
this
going to say,
week.
take those girls because there's nothing like them. They're so big.
Yeah, Emma would love it. I think she would. We'll see. I think that she would, and then, the whole teenager thing. So, but I do.
I think
Um,
they don't even sell Moxies over here that I know of in Denmark.
yeah, the Moxies is the handy quilters, from the handy quilter company.
Yeah, I'm not sure that they even have them over here.
Mhm.
I mean, I
Um,
haven't actually the couple shops we went into, but I'm going to be real. We already have kind of an idea of everywhere we're going to go while we're in Denmark, because we're going to spend about 2 weeks there because we're going to see his dad, which is in Sickelborg, his sister's in Aalborg, and we're going to be crossing two big, huge bridges to get to that side of Denmark, which means it'll take us toward the top of Denmark. And
yeah.
so there is a couple shops within that driving range that we're going to look for. That's actual quilt shops. Quilting is not like this huge thing in Denmark. It is a huge thing in the Netherlands, though.
Yeah.
But the Netherlands is like a 5-hour drive, from what I understand.
Is Denmark more of like other textiles, like knitting and crocheting and stuff?
Knitting and also making your own clothes, because they do
Yeah.
have fabric stores, and the two fabric stores that Nikolai and I went into, it was more geared toward house stuff and also clothing. So the cotton section was so small, it was crazy. I mean,
Okay.
I went through their cotton section and I only bought like, I think I bought a couple meters of one bolt off of one bolt, because that was the only thing that looked like it would even work with quilting. Because a lot of it was broadcloth, and broadcloth is it's cotton, but it's thick.
Hmm.
And
Yep.
I don't know that that's a good idea to be mixing that with regular quilting cotton.
Um, it definitely the weight's a little different.
Yep.
The thread count's a little different. So can it be done? Absolutely, it can be done. Is it gonna hurt the integrity of your quilt? No. But if you're looking for consistency in like the texture, then yeah, you're
But
not
now,
gonna.
if you wanted to do a whole quilt with all broadcloth, that would be doable.
Yes. Yeah.
You could do that. It's the same thing as doing a quilt with jean fabric. I mean, look how
Mhm.
heavy that would be.
The 50s dress that I made a while ago, the whole skirt is broadcloth. So,
Yeah.
but I couldn't really tell as much of a difference, but it was the only blue that I could find from at Hobby Lobby that matched the top, and I absolutely loved the top so much.
So when I
So,
was a teenager making my own clothes, I bought this. It was not a navy blue. It was like between a royal blue and a navy blue. It was in between that, and I had bought like, I think I had the reason I bought so much of it because it was on sale, and I got it in my mind that I found this pattern, and I don't know what it is about me, but I love flared skirts, but I also liked 8 gore skirts. And I
mm,
had bought this pattern that had 8 gores, but the gores started about 6 inches below the waistline. And so I made, and it came with the blazer in the pattern and everything. And I took that broadcloth and I made a skirt and a blazer,
oh,
and then did a different fabric, a softer fabric for the blouse that went up underneath it. And I wore that to church. I loved it. It was just, I could feel it flowing around my legs, and I'm like, oh, I love this so much. But it was so hot because it was so thick.
have a great night, Lisa. Thank you for stopping in and hanging out with us. I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Yep. Thank you for dropping in, Lisa. She's going to come and join us on Saturday.
Yay, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, I
It's been
love
a
Lisa. Yeah.
She
Yes.
says, hubby is home. Hey,
Hey.
Giovanna. It's good to see you. How's the weather in Italy? Quiltanon says, I remember those gore skirts. Yeah, I loved them. And the other thing I made a lot of, I had like 6 of them, was because I was in a church where you couldn't wear pants. So it was
Mhm.
skirts, dresses, shirts had to be where the sleeves went to the elbow, no low neck clothing, it was all this kind of stuff. And so um, I liked making jean wraparound skirts.
Yeah.
And I was always making them because they were so much fun to wear. And it takes a lot of yardage to make a wraparound skirt.
Oh, it does. I know. I wanted to make a wrap dress. Um, it's on my list of things to make, but I just look at the yardage and I'm like, okay,
Yeah, it takes a lot.
not there quite yet.
What else I liked is one day, one of the church ladies that I would go to her, spend weekends at her house with her and her husband, because I just really liked Debbie and her husband. And Debbie was a sewist. You know, she designed clothes and made clothes. She just had this talent for that. And one day I asked her, I said, can you I told her, I said, I can't find a pattern and this is what I want. I wanted because I was a skinny girl. I mean, up until I spent 9 months on prednisone, I was this tiny person. And I said, I want a button down the front dress where at the hips the dress flared out enough because I didn't like wearing straight line of anything because I liked the flow that flowed around my legs. And but fit it from the waist up. She designed me a dress and then she created the pattern and then gave me the pattern so that I could sew my own dress. And I made that and I loved that dress. And I used those little gingham plaids, you know, the small plaids. That's what I used to make the whole dress out of. And it was a pink color and I had little white buttons going down the front of it.
I bet it was adorable.
Yeah, I'm when I get my photos out of my storage unit, maybe I have a photo of me wearing it. I don't know. I was very shy of the camera way back then, but I was always behind the camera because I was taking pictures from like age 13 and up. I was always running around with a camera. Back then, it was the little 110 camera.
I don't really remember a lot of pictures of us when we were little, only if they came professionally.
Yeah, like the one on the wall of me and my mom and my sisters. That was an Owen Mills picture. I think it was taken in California. I'm almost sure it was. Probably right before we moved to Florida.
Yeah.
My dad got out of the Navy. He served for 18 years. Only I didn't realize, for some reason, I thought he just was 10 years. But when I was doing my genealogy research, I stumbled on the thing. He had been in the Navy for 18 years. Wow. Before he got out. And the only reason he got out is because he was on a submarine tender and he wanted to migrate over to a submarine and be in the torpedo room. And they were doing training exercises in this big steel ball that they drop it's on a chain and they drop it down below the water so that when they drop you down so many feet, it's a training to learn how to deal with the pressure and everything. And you know, most of the time when you like, even if you dive deep in water, your ears will pop.
Oh yeah.
Just like when you're in an airplane. My dad's didn't. Instead, all the tiny little bones in his ears shattered. And so that affected his hearing, and you can't be in the Navy with hearing compromised. So he ended up deciding to get out because he didn't want to get kicked off because they would have put him in an office or something. That's not what he wanted. I guess he liked being at sea just like my husband does.
They're just made for it.
Yep. You know, Nikolai has like 17 years before retirement. And I made a comment. I said, what do you want to do when you retire? And he's like, who said anything about retiring? I might just stay on longer. And I'm like, why don't you just buy a boat and we can spend all our time sailing? Yeah. Because he really loves his job for the most part.
Do you enjoy being on the water? I know I've heard you answer it before, but
yeah, I do. The only time I don't is when we're in the middle. It's weird. When you're in the fjords, the mountains kind of buffer the wind. It still sometimes can be a train wreck with the water, because once the boat starts rocking sideways, that's when I start getting queasy. I'm okay until then. If you're doing this, I'm fine. This, And so, yeah, I don't mind it. But the few times I've gone, all the times I've gone out with Torben and them, I've learned how to sleep on it. You're going to laugh at this. The first night I spent out with them, the cabin I stay in is at the nose of the boat.
Okay.
So the chain that the anchor's on is up there on the front, but it also they had the boat roped off to two different positions that went to the shore, and it was tied around a rock, so the boat wouldn't move every time the water would shift or the tide would shift. Your boat will move. And I woke up. I got woke up by what I thought was somebody walking across the top of the boat. So I get up and go look, and I guess I made enough racket that Torben got up and says, "What's wrong with you? Somebody's on the boat." He says, "No, there's no one on the boat." I said, "Yes, there is." He says, "No, listen to me. You're hearing the ropes and the chain that goes to the anchor moving, and that's why it sounds like someone's on top of the boat." And he just shaking his head. He's like, "Oh boy, you have a lot to learn." And now I don't even pay attention to the noise.
Oh, good. I'd be like, oh, it'd take me a while to get used to everything.
You know how you're used to noise?
Mm-hmm.
Noise of the world going around, noise of everything. And then you get out off grid in the middle of nowhere, and the silence is deafening. Mm-hmm. So you hear every little pop of the water touching the boat, or the boat shifts just enough to make a little creaking noise, and you're hearing it. It's like time for earbuds. So I started taking earbuds with me. But I love being out there because it's so peaceful.
Like that. I can't imagine that.
Yeah, because you don't hear anything. You don't even see light noise. So there's times when you get to see northern lights, and it's at its purest because there's no competition with night lights or anything else.
Mm-hmm. That's my goal someday, is to see the northern lights in action up there.
Come to Greenland.
I probably will eventually get there. Hi, Denise. How are you? Welcome in.
Hi, Denise. Come to Greenland. It's much simpler to get here. I mean, our airport here in this town opens on April the 16th. That's super exciting because I told Nikolai, I said, "Do you realize that this time when you come home, it'll be the last time you're on the helicopter?" He says, "I know." And he says, "It's crazy because it'll also be the last time I spend the night in our block." So anytime the weather is crappy from here on out after this last trip home, that means he don't have to go sit in a hotel in the middle of nowhere. He gets to be here at the house if the weather's being crappy,
Yes.
But I'm super excited about the airport. It'll make coming in and out easier. I do have concerns, of course. The biggest concern is, with Nuke is getting a lot of new, because it's now an international airport. They're getting a lot more traffic in and out of the airport.
Yeah.
And some of them are just coming in to fuel up and then turn around and go on to their next destination. And but when weather is really bad, because Nuke is famous for very windy conditions, that means that if someone lands and then the weather just suddenly deteriorates, that you get grounded. And so the housing situation is going to be painful for the whole country because they extended the runway in Ilulissat. We have a new airport. We have one hotel with 13 rooms. So if a bunch of people get stuck, where are they going to stay?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Mm-hmm. Because the
13
hotel in North
rooms.
Sarawak has like 30 or 40 rooms. Because it used to be part of the base. And they turned it into a hotel. So I'm not sure what they plan on doing about that situation. They'll figure it out. I mean, it's going to be growing pains for a little while.
Yeah. I agree. Emma's calling my name. I don't know what she wants, but I'm going to take care of it.
Go
I'll be
take care of
back.
your
Just
child.
1 second.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, don't apologize. You're a mom. Take care of your kid.
I'll still be able to hear you.
Okay. So what is everybody working on tonight or today? Anything special you're working on today? Let me know in the chat. And while Jess is off for a minute, we'll talk about my poll too. So what does xeric mean? And here are your right now 21 people voted. So if you haven't voted, vote on this word. Option 1 is an ancient city. Option 2 is characterized by dry conditions. Option 3 is a legal document, which I misspelled, looks like. Option 4 is a musical instrument. So what does xeric mean? Hi, Cheri. Girl, I can't wait to get to sew with you on Sunday. Okay. Because we're going to be doing some more block making. Hey, Cheri, I've been working on the sidelines. You know, we have to make that book. We have to make 100 of these. Uh-oh, where's my, hang on a second. I have to go get it. Well, I was going to show you what I was talking about, but I seem to put them somewhere. But I have some untrimmed ones. Haven't trimmed them yet. But I've been working on these square into squares for this Alice's Wonderland. We have to make 100 of these. 100. So I've been working on them. I figured if I did 20 a week, if I could get 20 of them made a week, that would be 100 of them in 5 weeks. And I know that our sew along will last longer than 5 weeks. Hi, John. How are you? It was a prize for the last National Rifle Association in the UK. What are y'all talking about? John says, I am getting the info and people together on a great new find, an 1889 presentation machine, Singer VS2 highly decorated one-off. Interesting. But I thought I would start working on those square and squares so that we, you know, I could not wait till the last minute. You know me, let's not do everything. If I wait till the last minute, it'll take forever. So how you doing, John? Okay, these had to be took out for a reason. I discovered the reason I ripped these out is I had these polka dots sewn to the outside. So I had to pull these apart and I'm gonna have to resew these. But they're gonna be super cute. Look at that. Now that I got the polka dots pointed in the right direction. All right, so we're gonna make some more 4 patches. And I did the same thing with these. I had these, look. So this is what happened with these 4 patches when I was sewing them, because I was sewing them the way I was teaching everybody. when I started getting ready to sew the two half patches together, I had these polka dots pointed on the up. They were on the back instead of the front. And I did the same thing with this. And it's because look how light it is. So my eyes didn't notice, just like with these polka dots, that I had turned them the wrong darn direction. So I had to rip them all out.
You have no idea how many times. Like I had to learn when I did white on white, before I even sew it, I put it down on my lap.
Yeah.
And if it was bright and it was, you can tell which side it is, because I wear nothing. Usually I'm just wearing black. I'm wearing jeans today, but usually I'm wearing black on the bottom, and putting it up against my skirt or my pants, whatever I'm wearing, you can tell.
Yep.
So
very annoying when that happens, you know?
it is. There's been some quilts I'm like, whatever, I'm keeping it. I'm not touching it. But it's fun.
Yeah.
Hi, Ollie. I wanted to say hello.
John says, I hope everyone is doing all right. So far, I'm okay today.
Yeah.
I actually, let's see, how many hours did I get asleep last night? No, it wasn't last night. It was this morning when I went to bed.
Ollie, it's cold here. We had 75-degree weather 2 days ago, and it decided that it wanted to go back down in the 50s.
You want to know what our temperature is right now?
I'm such a wimp.
You know how I've been talking about being above freezing? We're below freezing right now. We're 27 degrees Fahrenheit, but that's not going to last long.
Yeah.
Because y'all are going to get another Arctic blast.
I've heard.
But you're not the only one. Europe's going to get one too.
Yeah.
Jean says, I have a black light flashlight the hubby bought me. Works great. You know what? I need to buy one of those when I go to the States again. Because that would be great for using for what you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
John says, my cold went to you, Jess. Sorry.
It's okay, Ollie. I forgive you. There's this one time. I might not be able to trebuchet everything you want now. Oh, there's going to be one day where I'm going to drive up there and I'm going to bring Ollie everything in the United States, and I'm going to try to get through the border. Oh, he said he put an oscillating fan outside.
That's what I was about to repeat.
Oh, he's so funny. Oh, Ollie, you need to point it towards Katy. She needs snow. She needs all of that area to be covered in snow.
Yeah, we have had no snow. I mean, it's crazy. I thought when we dropped down around 30 yesterday, I noticed there was cloud cover. But then when I went out later last night, because someone posted, or actually it was Nikolai, he sent me some pictures, and I'll show it to you guys soon. He sent me some pictures because they had to do a emergency stop fishing, hurry up and sell 26 knots to Sissymoot to take a injured sailor off the boat. And while they were in Sissymoot, and while he was waiting for a few minutes, he got some pictures of northern lights up there. So I walked outside, and at first I could see a haze, and I'm thinking, it must be clouds. And I had taken a picture of the haze to see if it was just, I couldn't see the northern lights with my naked eye. But then I stood out there about another 5 minutes. There was northern lights out there. I just needed to be patient and wait.
Yeah. Someday. That's my word of the year. Someday.
If you keep up with what the sun is doing, anytime there's a big, huge CME, and they'll let you that place, that link I sent you, it'll let you know when it's going to send a strong CME. You might be lucky enough, especially because they'll make there's actually an app that you can put on your phone, and it'll tell you when your area might see it, but you're going to have to get out of the light pollution to see it. And if you can't, if when like if you go somewhere where there's not much light pollution and you see a haze but you still don't see them, take your camera, set your phone to nightscaping or night shots.
Yep.
And point it at the sky and hold it still and click it and let the camera do its job. It'll show the northern lights on your camera because it has the ability to see what your naked eye can't see.
My kids have really enjoyed all the information that you've sent and then all the research that I've done on top of that.
So they're enjoying that.
Oh my word, Katy. I thought that I had brought Christmas to them.
Yeah,
they couldn't believe what was happening and that the sun could actually do that.
Yep. And the sun's been this active for the, let's see, this is year number 2, I think.
Yeah.
Or is it year number 3? Because it goes through phases where it has some super activity like what you're seeing right now, and then it'll kind of get sleepy a little bit and not do anything hardly. But right now it seems to be very active. And it's fascinating because the other thing that I know some of y'all are going to think I'm crazy, but I don't think so. When I first moved here in the summertime, the sun is at a certain position in a certain area because it travels in a circle around our house. The last 2 years, the sun is not where it's supposed to be. It's like moved like a couple of degrees higher in the sky than I've ever seen it. And I think it's because our planet has shifted a little bit on its axis. And I was doing a little bit of scientific research because there's a couple of science websites where you can look things up. And they mentioned that a couple of things with the planet, the melting of the ice does affect the weight of the planet, believe it or not.
Oh, I bet it does.
And also the amount of water you never think about when you think about how much water gets consumed by people and animals. Even that can affect something. But there's been some discussion about the magnetic North Pole and South Pole have shifted just like a couple degrees. So that might be why the sun looks different where it's at.
Maybe. Hi, William. How are you? Twinny McTwin. Hello, Mr. Twin.
Did William just come in?
Yeah, he's on the chat.
Okay. Hi, William.
So I hope you're doing great over there. I hope the sun's out and shining in California. I wonder if it's warm over there.
It probably is in the south part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
You know what I find interesting about California? When I took the kids to San Diego in 2001, in August, actually. And, you know, August is the hottest time of the year usually. But let me tell you what, I didn't think San Diego was all that warm. It felt cold. And when we went to the ocean so me and the kids could see it, and I stuck my foot in the water and I'm like, I'm not going in the water. It's too cold. But the kids got in it, but the water was so cold their lips were blue. Hi, Denise. She says, hello, Katy and Jay and everyone.
Hi, Denise.
And William says, hello, Twinny McTwin from those planets.
I'm from those planets, all right. I am in outer space. Oh, he said it's not too hot today. He's wearing tube socks and a singlet.
Oh boy.
I don't need that.
The cold Humboldt current, says John, that is also the reason for the fog in San Francisco.
Oh, I need background. Oh.
Oh, we're gonna have lots to sew here. Oh, these are done. Let me check them, make sure they're. Yep, that one looks okay.
Let's
Let's
see,
see.
with this pattern, I'm not making the full size, like I'm bringing it down. So I'm following the instructions that are in the book, but it's a whirlwind in my brain because it's not the sizes that it should be because I need to make it small so it fits into a lot to this wall hanging. And so I'm kind of doing lots of math in my brain right now. So if I get quiet, you'll know. I'm just working.
Time to do the math.
Yeah. Hi, Yo Patty. How are you?
Hi, Patty G.
Yes.
William just grossed me out, she said. Oh,
With the singlet. He's funny. I love it. I do.
so what's been you got anything new upcoming with are you gonna do any new quilt alongs or anything like that?
So I'm planning on doing socialites, and so I'm going to keep up with that with the Fat Quarter Shop. Starting that on the 20th when those videos start coming
Yep.
out. And then after that, I'm going to continue doing my beginners quilting series.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take simpler blocks, things that are just to help you build your foundation of sewing, and going to make a row quilt out of it. So you're
All
going to make
right.
the same block like X amount of times. So I'll tell you if you want to make a 6-inch block, which I'll give you a 6-inch block and a 12-inch block. I'm pretty sure, or am I doing 12-inch? 12? I don't know. It's in my thing, or maybe it's a 9-inch block, but so I'll give you both sizes and cutting instructions and all that stuff so you can determine. You can just keep practicing your skill, and like every 2 weeks I'll come out with a new video, and it's going to be like 8 rows or something like that. So it's cute. I've already mapped it all out. I can't wait to do it. Um,
I'm working on a new design pattern. Golly, I'm having trouble with one of the borders. It's not doing what I want it to do.
hmm.
So that must be off on the math somewhere. Kind of driving me a little batty. I'm like, okay, if I can't get this figured out, I guess I'll have to come up with another plan.
Mhm.
Because it's going to be playing with the layer cakes and the charm squares.
Oh,
It's the
exactly.
So I don't know what I'm doing wrong with the math on it. It's weird.
5 inches.
It's probably right there in my face and I just don't see it. If not, we'll just do a freebie pattern from somewhere.
Um, and then I need to finish the Sherman's March quilt for the Civil War that I'm working on.
Oh, I thought you had already finished that one.
Oh no, 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 no.
How big is that one going to
Working on
be?
Hmm?
How big will that one be?
Almost a twin size quilt. Almost.
Nice.
It'll be a really nice light throw. Hi, G Love. Is
Hi. What's your first name, LG?
you know if you've
That's a long name.
I've met her, but I can't remember. Oh, I love it. Yo, Patty G. She calls everyone roomies. I love it.
Yep,
That's cute.
I know why this
Want to make
girl.
the Billabong Hobbit robe? Absolutely, Patty G. You need to. I loved making that. That was amazing.
Yeah. You remember when Dolly Parton did Dakota Many Colors? I think it would be fun to make something like that too.
Love
It
it.
kind of reminds me of Joseph. Wasn't there a play done about Joseph?
Yeah. Yep. There was. There was. Um, her name is Lovita. It's that's such a pretty name.
Oh, Lavita, nice.
Lovita. Um, so Denise, yes, I did go on a field trip today. Um, and we went to the historic courthouse in our county and learned all about the history of our county. And what's amazing is that my husband's great great grandfather actually um, is a huge part of the start of our county. So he's part of, um, I'm not going to say his name, but he is actually part of the courthouse tour at the end, which is amazing. But you get to see all of the textiles and the schoolhouses and just the the foundation of how our county was built on. And it was amazing for the kids. And we did um, a live trial because Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and we needed to make sure that Goldilocks knew that she would be guilty for breaking Baby Bear's chair.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's so funny how they do it. It's so comical, but it was fun. It
What
was
kind of
fun.
textiles was that area famous for?
Um, so a lot of furniture was made in our area. There's a lot of furniture mills and things like that around here. My father-in-law was um, he worked in the fabric industry, actually. There's a huge factory in town where they actually made the stadium, the seats, the fabric for all the seats for the
Uh-huh.
huge um were made in this mill. And so he would go around to anywhere from Vegas to Chicago, like the big cities. And he was the manager actually of the factory. And so he'd go around and do all that.
Oh,
Um,
that's cool.
the fabric for like the cubicles and stuff like that was all made through here. And there's so much history in his family with quilting. And they used to quilt by hand and everything. And I really wish that his mom was still alive so I had more time to talk to her about things like that.
Yeah, that
Uh,
would have been really great.
and oh, the kids got to play with, they called it pointed projectiles, but arrowheads. So
Oh,
I
interesting.
really liked playing with the arrowheads. It was a good time. It was a fast 2.5 hours and we were back, and I call it back at home. We got to go home and eat lunch. And the kids had fun with it. So that's all that matters.
Sounds like they had fun.
They did.
I remember when we were living in Christmas and I was in the fifth grade.
Mhm.
Us fifth graders got to go to Cape Canaveral, and oh my God, that hangar was huge. And they were just starting to talk about building the space shuttle back then.
Mm,
So it was
I bet.
really cool. I should take Nikolai to see it because I think it would be fun.
Hmm. I bet it would be.
Well, I took when we were when me and him and my daughter, husband, and it was Abby because Arya hadn't been born yet, and I think she might have been pregnant with Arya.
Hmm.
Um, we went to San Diego. Well, first we went to LA
Yeah.
to take Abby for her birthday. She got to play princess for a day, and then the next day we went down to San Diego and we went to the Midway Museum because Nikolai really wanted to see the museum. He was in heaven, let me tell you. Him and Derek got on that flight simulator, and Nikolai's like, You sure you don't want to get on there? I'm like, no, because I'll puke all over y'all. That thing going side to side. No, thanks.
Sorry. Yeah.
I think so. Because it tells you if you have motion sickness issues, please do not get on this thing. But when he come out, him and Derek both had a big old grin on their face.
Oh, that's so special.
But what I loved the most about the Midway was being able to walk on all the big helicopters. That was so cool. Because flying on a helicopter is enjoyable.
I've never done that.
It's really cool, Jess. You know, when you're flying on a plane and you're thousands of miles above you're way up in the air, you can't video it hardly. But in a helicopter, you can, and it's so cool.
My husband's family, they own a Cessna. And so I've been up in that a couple of times. So I guess I mean, if you want to call
A
it something.
Cessna's fun too, though. I've been in a Cessna actually.
Yeah. So that was fun.
Used to go with someone that was in the church. He would take me flying with him. He's the one that bought me my first after dinner drink. And it was amaretto and orange juice on the rocks.
Mm-hmm.
That was an interesting drink. Because he took me to this place called the Uncle's Brownstone Restaurant. So it's one of those expensive, fancy kind of restaurants where you go dressed and all this kind of stuff. And when you look at the menu, you're like, I don't even know what this stuff is. And he says, here, try this one. And he pointed at it. And it was a cream of chicken and broccoli crepe. And I asked him, I said, what's a crepe? Because I didn't know what a crepe was back then, you know. He says it's kind of like a pancake, but not, and it's rolled. I'm like, okay. And he waited for me to make a face because I'm pretty bad about making faces, like showing my, And so I did because I'm like, okay, because chicken and broccoli sounded good to me. I just wasn't sure about the rest of it. And when they brought it out, I am having trouble with this block. And I tried my first bite. It was like heaven. Oh my God. It was so yummy. So very good.
It sounds like it would be delicious.
It was.
Yeah. My chili is wearing off. But I'll talk about food all day long. You are good to go.
I don't eat chili.
It's simple to make with there's only certain things that I can eat at school because I'm so tender about I don't want my stomach to get upset.
Yeah.
I eat a lot of soups. I mean, it'll be 100 degrees outside and I'll have my little crock pot. And
hey, whatever works, right?
exactly. So I got kind of sick of my little chicken noodle and stuff like that. So I made chili the other day. It was good.
Chili and stew is not my thing. But give me soup, I'll eat that. Nikolai makes the best ever soup. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You've heard me talk about it on and off. William, you should be on stage with those two. He was invited. Just saying.
Yeah, he's right now with Isaiah and stuff, so no worries.
Yeah, I didn't leave him out. He was invited. Every jail tour I am on, the one that gets put in the lockup for some reason, or in Germany, the lockers and shackles. I have been in Iron Maiden cage. Oh my gosh. It's like when I took Nikolai to the Spanish Castillo in St. Augustine. They have a jail inside the Castillo, and we visited that area. It was hilarious. Oh, look here. Look who's here, Dubrovka. You got your wish.
Oh.
Nothing like putting you on the hot seat, right, William? Uh-oh, he's gone again.
Yeah, the hot seat. We're always on the hot seat. Let's see here.
I tried to join, but I couldn't see anything. You have to turn your camera on. You couldn't see us?
It's okay. Oh man. Anyhow. Trying to do math in my brain right now
Probably wish from today.
while I'm playing Bob and Chicken. Like, how long can how much more thread can I go through?
I thought it was the cold where William is that knocked him off, says John.
It is cold over here.
And he says, oh no, there goes the neighborhood. Zoom and I do not necessarily like each other. Okay. It's the only way I could do lives.
Oh, I hear you, Flash. I got home from today and JP was in my chair. John knows, or I call him Alibaba. Alibaba knows who JP is. Some of the people on this chat might know who he is too. He was so comfy, and I had forgotten to take this wool blanket off, and I'm like, oh no, he's on my wool blanket. I go do a wool blanket. So we had talking. I go, I appreciate you, but you can't be in here anymore.
Yep.
So we shall see. It's just that he loves the new little cat. Loves her. They're peas in a pod. They are absolutely just adorable together. They play all the time. So, and because they play all the time, they're just, I think they become, they're absolutely just adorable together. Welcome in. So,
are you doing this from your phone or from your computer, William? Interesting. Might not have this stuff turned on. Oh, he's gone again.
It's beginning to feel
Alrighty, let me see. What can I ask the channel?
Oh, SpaghettiOs.
So, earlier I asked you guys how many pre-cuts y'all had. So, out of pre-cuts, yardage, and yeah, which do you prefer? Which pre-cut do you like the best? And yeah, let's ask that question. Which pre-cut do you like the best? Shouldn't he be at the MMA with his son? That's Denise asking that question. Joyce says, "Gotta go fix dinner. Have a good evening, everyone." Okay, have a good enjoy of your meal. Oh my gosh, there he is.
I still can't hear you.
You can't hear us?
Can you hear me?
Hear, yes.
Well, hold on. Let me. Is there a button to push? It says my audio is audioing. I just can't hear you guys. And my speakers are on.
Huh.
I wonder if he's got his laptop. That is hilarious.
Do you have a camera that moves with you?
Yeah, because his camera's moving.
You know, I'm really good at reading lips, but I didn't catch that part.
Okay.
This is cool. We can do Charlie Chaplin. We can. And why is my camera like...
Yeah,
look at that.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Why is my camera moving? I have no idea. See that? Look, that's crazy.
You went woo and it went.
Hi, everyone. Hi. I can't.
You might have muted everything.
What is it with my camera?
Oh my gosh. And look, you can see eyeballs.
I'm here for the comedy portion of the show.
Yeah. John says it's tracking him.
Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna click out and try it one more time. I'll be back. Maybe 4 times the charm.
I can't handle him when he's like that.
He might have muted everything so he couldn't hear anything.
No, then we wouldn't be able to hear him. I have never seen his camera move like that before.
No, that's interesting. It's the first time I've seen the tracking thing going on. It's probably a setting that's turned on his Zoom.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a setting where you could tell it to do that. And I tried that and I'm like, wrong. It's a setting in Zoom is actually what it is.
Yeah.
And he's got to turn it off.
Oh.
That's probably what's wrong with the audio too. Maybe there's something in there.
Yeah, he'll fix it if he can. Yeah.
I've messed around with settings in Zoom and then discovered, let's not do that anymore and change it back. He says his camera's strong. It's a setting in Zoom, William. I could go look and see where it's at to tell you where to turn it off. Because I tried that setting and I'm like, no, I don't want my camera moving around. That's just, people will be, oh, you're making me sick with moving that around.
Yeah.
Because I'm sensitive to motion myself. Certain kinds of motion anyway. Let me see where that setting is in here because I know it's here. Let's go to video settings.
Oh, okay. I need to do it that way. Okay. I love it when you cut half square triangles or something like that, and then you cut it the wrong way and it's facing another way, and then you have to go back and try to figure it out. Oh, this is gonna be for those people who vote. How?
John says Jess is sensitive to that motion too, causes excessive laughter.
Yes. Oh, I giggle a lot with him. I do.
I think he turned on his auto framing on the video because that's what makes the camera follow you.
Oh, auto framing?
Yeah, auto framing because I have mine turned off.
Oh.
So he might have that on, and you got to go under video settings to find it.
Oh, okay. No, I never even heard of the auto framing like that.
Yeah. Yeah, see, it's on auto
I
framing.
still can't hear you.
That's weird. Let me see here what
Your glasses.
I don't know what glasses are. I want to talk softly because my microphone is so loud.
it's not loud.
Denise asked what I was working on. Well, we did a poll yesterday in the channel, and the Highland Cow won.
Cool. So. Highland cow, cool. Cool. I can't hear a word you're saying. I'm just gonna smile like this.
Live performance audio recommended for meetings.
He's gonna play around with this.
Let me mute myself. Hold on. How do I mute myself on here?
Yeah, something's turned off on his.
I'm gonna do some Buster Keaton in a minute. If we're gonna go silent film.
So weird.
It is weird.
Hold on. Hold on.
Very strange. That's the first time I've seen someone have trouble with the Zoom. But that frame thing, yeah, there he goes. He disappeared.
I'm so used to having like access to everything when I was on Zoom as a teacher. So I'm like looking at it. And I'm like,
yeah.
there's something I can shove his way. Yeah. Nah. He's fun. But so Denise, I'm working on a wall hanging for the Highland Cow. And so instead of this bear, it'll be a Highland Cow. And so we're in the process of making it. I'll show you what I have done in just a second. I don't have a lot done, but I have enough. I can show what I'm doing. So, oops. So I have a little bit of hair on the side. And I started his mouth, and up here will be his eyes and the top of his head. I'm going to put some horns on him. So that's where I am in the whole process. We'll just go from there.
I'm just taking. What are you sewing? I already read that one. Okay. What's y'all's plans for the weekend? Anyone got something special they're going to do this weekend? Let us know. Got a new project you're going to do, or what you got going on Saturday? And I know y'all mentioned this already probably several times. Nikolai and I will be 16 years since he proposed to me on Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yep, he did it in Clearwater.
So that's a good milestone too. I love those milestones.
Yeah. I can't believe we've known each other for 26 years.
Oh.
I mean, when I met him, my first husband was still living back then. And we had just become really good friends, because we were part of the same channel.
Yeah.
We had a lot in common, so we talked all the time. But we never flirted, which was kind of funny. And I think we didn't because he knew that I wouldn't. Because, I'm a true believer in honoring your marriage vows, no matter who it is. And or back then that's how I felt about it because that's how I was trained.
Yeah.
You know, even if the marriage was crap, you're supposed to honor your husband.
Yeah, we do the best we can.
Yeah, that's how I survived.
Hi, Andy. How are you? Welcome in.
Hey, Andy. Hey, I'm sorry I kind of like fell asleep or yeah, something. Anyway, I rewatched your live from last night.
Yeah, she goes on really late too, doesn't she? Some nights.
Yeah, she does. She comes on usually around almost either right before Jess, I mean, dang it. Usually about an hour before William does.
Yeah. I noticed that.
See, I was married to my first husband almost 21 years.
Mm-hmm.
So when we hit that 5-year milestone for 20 years, I've been married to him as long as I have been the first one. You know, because we were only like 2 months away from our 21st anniversary when he died. He died in October, and then my mother got diagnosed with brain cancer in November.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard on us the kids and me, because he passed, and then less than a year later, my mom did. She died like a week before it would have been a year he had been gone. And the girls, one day, Chris comes in and she says, Mom, I feel like death is following us around. I said, I know, but it'll be all right. You'll see. It'll get better. It did. It got better. It's hard when you have youngsters under the age of 18 and everything comes crashing down, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, they don't understand. It takes a long time when things happen like that in life.
No. And Kristen got in the Navy like this year. Dad passed in 2006, and I think she got in the Navy in 2000. It must have been 2008, because when Nikolai came to Florida in 2009, she was already on the aircraft carrier, the George Washington. She was already in Japan.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Mona. How are you? Welcome in.
Mona, it's good to see you. It is too hot in this house, you guys. I am sitting here sweating.
Well,
you notice someone's been quiet tonight.
Yeah, I noticed that she has been.
I gave her food right before Dubrovka asked you a question.
Yeah. I was married, or am. We were married in 2007. So it'll be 19 years this year in July.
So next year will be 20. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Lori. Time goes by so fast.
It does. I have two beautiful babies. I have two girls, and I love them to death. One will be 17 this year, and the other one will be 15. So we'll be doing some more defensive driving training starting in November. I'm excited about that.
She excited about learning to drive?
Yeah, my girls are my crown and jewels. I love them. So, yeah, they're great. They challenge me constantly, but they're beautiful.
Does a 17-year-old know what she wants to do? in the near, not so distant future?
At one time she wanted to be an astrophysicist.
Oh, wow.
She's not a huge math person, but she can do it.
Yeah.
But she's also talked about different avenues. And then my youngest wants to be oh, what kind of surgeon is it? Orthopedics.
Cool.
That's what she said. She's been wanting that since she was little. So when she was in kindergarten, it was the last day of school, and I was still in public school, and somebody that we love dearly, and we always will, brought her to the zoo, and she saw all these kids playing with these little like stones, and she decided she was going to play with them too. Well, they're building a dam, and when they were building the dam, they she broke it, slammed down on her hand, and pretty much broke her thumb and sliced her hand wide open.
Ooh.
A peds doctor just happened to be right there in the same area, and so he wrapped it up. He did his thing. They called me. We went straight to the hospital, and just that experience of her going through all of that, having surgery on her hand, the screws and everything for her growth plate, because her thumb, I mean, it'll never be the same size as her other thumb, 100%. It'll be like 85% there, but still. And then going through the cast and going through physical therapy, she's like, this is the kind of surgeon I want to be when so that happened when she was in kindergarten. And so what are we, almost 8-9 years later, and she's still gung-ho about it.
Yeah.
I was like, well, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And she has the biggest heart you've ever seen. So
that's awesome.
She loves people. She's such an extrovert. I bring her everywhere I go because she'll just open up a room. And because sometimes I get nervous. It's just how I've always been. So I'm more an observer, and then I'll mingle and talk and do all of that.
Yep. I love sitting and just people watching.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
Nora, get off my foot pedal. Put the foot up so she don't make my sewing machine start running. People find that intimidating when you sit and you watch and you don't talk. I went to I've talked about this before. I went to was like a party of a bunch of people from one of the channels, and I sat watching what was going on, and I wasn't talking, and I'd been sitting there for like an hour because I was just taking it all in. And one of the guys comes and sits next to me, and he says, "You don't talk much. We kind of wondering why you're not talking." I said, and I didn't realize I was doing it. It's just that way, part of my training from childhood. You're seen but not heard crap. And I said, I didn't realize I was doing it. I said, I just not used to this kind of an atmosphere, where you're supposed to talk, and I wasn't talking. Eventually I got where I started warming up to them, of course. But I wanted to just watch what they were talking about. I was listening and watching, and some of the stuff was hilarious what they were doing. It was so fun. But he was this tall, lanky guy, and he kind of sat down and just started talking to me.
Yes. Oh, that's fun though. That is fun. Yeah, I would have been nervous to go do things like that. I've always had my twin with me. So whenever we went to a new place, a new thing, like we did it together.
Yep.
And so when I finally had to do things on my own, it really took a moment for me to do it. Just to get out there in the world and I don't know. Like I could go grocery shopping, I can go to the doctors and everything like that. But if I was to go to a party, I had to be with somebody. I just couldn't show up on
Yeah,
my own.
yeah, yeah. Hello, Deb loves crafts.
Hi, Deb. How are you?
Hey, Andy, how you doing? What you working on? Andy's been sewing. She's making a coffin quilt, and she's making coffin bags. The bags are so cool.
Oh, nice.
Hang on a second. Let me see if I can. I'll show you her. Should be able to look at it on this phone. So I'm using my main phone for a camera because this one's been getting hot.
Mm-hmm.
But this one's ancient too.
Oh, ancient. Yes, that word triggers things for me inside my classroom.
Yeah, this is a I want to say a 2018 model. But check this out. See the little zipper and everything?
Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
So there's this one, and she likes scary things. So this is some of her scary fabric.
Okay.
And then she's also working on a quilt.
Oh, I saw that earlier. I
Yeah.
did. Yeah. I thought that was really neat how everything was coffin, like the shape of was the coffin shapes.
Yep. First time I've seen coffin shapes used like a quilt.
Yeah,
But
me
it
too.
can't be any different than doing like hexagons or diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Yeah.
her creativity.
Mm-hmm.
Denise says, not true for everyone. Keep your business to yourself until you know your company. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I think she's talking about like when you're going into a room and just observing everyone. That's where I'm going to take it anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, it does look fun, Andy. That's impressive that how you're able to work that out and see that.
Yep. When she crochets, a lot of her stuff is not by patterns as well. Hey, Andy, while I'm thinking about it, can you send me the ISBN number of the book that the Dotson pattern for the crochet is in? I'm gonna see if I can find a copy of it on Amazon because I think I want to buy the book.
Yes, Dubraka, I am a twin. I have a girl twin, so her name is Jennifer, and she lives in upstate New York, where I grew up, and my whole family is up there. And so, yeah, so there's somebody else that looks almost exactly like me.
Is she a teacher?
She works, no, she works in a lumber yard
Oh,
up there, and she does
interesting.
sales and all the accounting for the lumber yard, the family owned one. So she's definitely blessed to have the job that she does. Um, we both worked at McDonald's for the longest time. Everyone thought that one person worked like 80 hours, but they didn't realize there was two of us. Because I always worked day and she worked night shift.
Ooh.
It was fun. We'd always wear the same outfit. It felt like we were both managers. It was just how we rolled in life. Hi, June. How are you? Welcome in. I'm glad that you
Hi,
came in.
June. I think I might have enough here to make at least 2 more blocks.
Oh, good.
I think, but I got to get them all pressed open. and then I'll give them a count. We'll see how many hourglass I have, because I have a bunch of these I have to sew together to finish the hourglass effect. So I got to press these open and do them too. We'll see how many I have all together. So I'm trying to look at that. Isn't that pretty?
That is very pretty.
I loved how I put those two colors together. They look so nice together. So what is everybody working on tonight? What you working on? Let us know. Or this afternoon, if it's in the afternoon where you're at.
Yeah.
It's after dark here.
Well, I think the sun's about finally, yeah, it's gone down finally. It was so weird when we started the stream that I could see the sun and the light coming in the shutters, because I never see.
You're used to going on later.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
This is interesting, the purple with this dark navy blue. Look at the effect it gives. It makes this navy blue look purple.
It does.
Isn't that crazy?
That undertone from that yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting effect. I think that this would, if I had yardage of both, I think this would be fun to make as a quilt. Those two colors go really well together. Crocheting and watching the Olympics, says to Debbie. Hi, Debbie.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I'll probably catch up on YouTube. Should start showing a lot of the Olympics now. Team Greenland beat out Team USA yesterday, but neither one of them won a medal. But the rankings, she outshot the American person. She had hit the thing that they shoot at. There's like 20 shots, and she got 19, and the other person. And for every shot you miss, you lose a minute. You have to stand there and wait before you can take off.
Yeah.
So yeah, so she got only 1 minute docked, while the other ones that were in the same area got docked more. So I thought that was interesting. I'm like, why are y'all comparing it to the Americans? Why aren't you saying everybody?
Yes, well, because it's the broadcast out here. Oh, so excuse me. Debraka says she has twin girl cousins. One loves everything crafty while the other one hates it.
Wow, that's interesting.
I would like you to be informed that we are pretty much the same way, girlfriend.
She doesn't like crafting.
Oh, I don't even think she's touched a sewing machine.
Oh, that's interesting.
I go, this is a sewing machine. Here's a pedal. You touch the pedal, it moves the needle up and down. Like, that's what I would be that sarcastic with her.
Debbie says, watching from Ontario, Canada. Welcome, fellow Canadian.
Hello. Yay.
Our next door neighbors.
I love Canadians. They're fun. I love everyone. Everyone.
He was a Canadian contractor that built our airport here.
So Debbie, there's quite a few. So if you haven't met all of our Canadian friends that are in the chat, there's a few, and I grew up just south of Quebec, like 20 minutes south of the border. So I've been to Ontario and a couple times in my travels. So it's a beautiful area.
I made a 6-inch pinwheel so far, says June. Look at this one. Jess.
Oh, that's really pretty. I like the yellow.
This fabric, there was a whole colorway called hopscotch, and this was part of the hopscotch. And I bought, like, I think I bought fat quarters along with jelly rolls because this fabric was so pretty way back when. And I've still got left, you know, slowly it's disappearing because I'm slowly incorporating it into stuff.
Oh, I know.
Because this is this right here, the green, that's also hopscotch.
Oh, nice.
And let me see, there's some more hopscotch in here. The purple that I showed you with the blue, this lilac right here, this is hopscotch. So it has a lot of interesting colors that was in that colorway.
That's
I can't remember who it was by.
Does that purple have something else in it, or is it like speckled, or is it?
It's got little tiny. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus. Can you see the little diamonds?
Yep. See, I couldn't see it when you had it pulled back a little bit more, but now, I noticed that like there was something else on it. But
Katy, can you possibly show your crochet project on the wall? Yeah. I'm going to be making a video because Andy from True Blue contacted me yesterday, and I need to take everything. I have a bunch of stuff hanging all over it, and I'm gonna make a video tomorrow because I got to remove everything off of because she asked me if I could make a video of my mandala. So hold on a minute, Debbie, and let's try not to make anybody sick.
don't look at that camera down there. Look at me. Hi, how are you? She'll get to
Come on, camera, switch to vertical.
But yep, she'll walk over there in just a second.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the camera to do whatever. Oh, now you're gonna do it?
Hi, Day. How are you?
Oh, there we go. Okay.
I'm glad you're here.
Can you ask? Does she want to see all parts of it up close? I'll try to go slow.
So if anybody asks any questions, I'll relate them to Katy. But Katy, yeah, I would just go slow around there and just, it's kind of, your camera's kind of frozen right now. Like
yeah,
it's
hang
stuck
on.
in the
It's because my phone is doing something weird.
Okay.
Hang on a minute. I'll get it back.
Hi, Linda. How are you? Welcome in. Debbie said anything is fine.
Okay. Well, as soon as I get the zoom back, it looks like I lost it.
Yeah, it's just stuck on that first piece. It looks beautiful though. The section that it's stuck on.
Yeah, I think I had lost a bit. Oh, watch your ears.
Oh, it's gone. Yeah.
It's because I've jerked it off of. Whoa.
Oh, there you are.
Okay, here we go. Is it showing up, Jess?
It is. It is. Yeah, Deb will see in just a second, but you're just going around. And that's so pretty. So pretty with the oranges and the reds and just how they meld together. It looks like a sunset.
There's 32 colors in this. And then I'll take it up across here.
Deb said that was stunning.
Thank you.
Debraka asked what the project was called. It looks good.
Mandala Madness. There is actually a YouTube channel, and if they put in Mandala Madness, they'll find the designer of this sew-along. It's a year-long sew-along that we did.
Oh wow.
Yo, Patty said
yes. Day says it's gorgeous. It's so pretty.
Thank you. And I named it Arctic Lights. And if you notice, I'm a point. You see this blue here? And then there's another cold green right here.
Yeah.
And then up here, there's another cooler ring right there. That was when this down here was I was on this portion when there was northern lights outside. And I didn't all the colors I used, I didn't pre-plan when I used them or how I used them. It's the same as with my batiks. I don't think about it. I just do.
Yeah.
I pull things, audition it, and go from there. But I'll try to put it a little closer where you can see certain aspects of it. I loved doing this part of it. This was so much fun. Mm-hmm. And then the other part I liked doing was this up here. And then what I did is I mounted it to a 1.5 hula hoops, and I sewed it onto the hula hoop. I put an outer border on it that had, I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me see if I can get close enough. I put a single crochet chain on the outside where it had little loops in it, and then I took the DMC and sewed it between that and the hoop. That's how I mounted it.
Debraka asked if it was thread or wool.
It's number 3 cotton yarn by DMC, Lily, and Red Heart. But most of it's DMC. About 98% of it is DMC. The other 2% is Lily and Red Heart.
Yo Patty asked if this pattern was from Crochet Crowd.
No. I'm trying to think of the name of the designer and the group that I was in. Let me go look at it. Is there any more she wants to see?
I think no. She said whatever you do is fine.
Okay. Then what I'll do is I'll look up the YouTube channel and I'll tell you what part of the group it was. Okay. Now I get to take you back and let's make everybody dizzy.
Concentrate on the middle screen.
Yep, y'all watch out. Some of y'all are sensitive. I am. Come on, camera. Please switch to horizontal. Or are you going to shut off again? Uh-oh. I think I lost my... Oh, no. I just lost my camera. That's strange. No, I didn't. Here it is. It's being weird, y'all. Oh, okay. Now we have horizontal. So now you see what I use for my camera to go overhead until I can get a different rig up here. But remember, a year ago, I didn't have this. Thanks to Cheri, this is how I'm able to do this. Because she sent me a rig to put this phone on. All right, let me look up the information you're asking about. It's been a while since I've been in the group and I can't remember the Facebook group. I'm still in it. It's not been active for a while. But I know there's a YouTube channel where I should be able to find it. So hold on a minute while I look. Can you, yeah, you can entertain them for a minute. Sorry. YouTube. Let me see if I can find it. Mandala Madness. It's the designer is called the Facebook group was called It's All in a Nutshell. And hold on, I'm going to share her channel with you guys because she does have a channel. She has she has over 165,000 subscribers.
Amazing.
I didn't even realize her channel was so big. All right, let's share that in the chat. There you go. Now you can go and have a look. Thank you, everyone. Sorry, I wasn't planning on doing that. But yeah, this is my baby. I have another crochet along that I've actually showed a couple times in a couple of my lives. It's called Sophie's Universe. And this was actually my second year-long thing I participated in. I participated in Sophie's Universe, which took a year also. The thing with this one was when I had waited like a week, or I think I was 3 weeks behind, because I wanted to see what the center was going to look like. Because people were using worsted yarn, and she said it was a mandala, and I'm like, if they're using worsted yarn and if we're doing this for a year, that thing is going to be freaking huge. So I wanted to see what the worsted yarn was going to look like, and it answered my question, because my center is this big, their center was this big. So I knew it was going to be massive. So I decided I had enough DMC to do it with. Of a number 3, I had lots of number 3, but I also have some number 8 in my cold room that I haven't used yet, because it's even tinier. The bigger the number, the smaller the thread or yarn, whichever you want to call it, because it's cotton. And so I decided to do it like this. And, for a while there, going from a number 5 hook down to, I think I used a 2 millimeter or either a 2.5 millimeter. I can't remember which. Your fingers have to readapt to the smaller thread. And because it's that kind of cotton, is different than using soft worsted yarn. So there's some adjustments you have to do to get used to it. But after a while, your fingers and everything gets used to it. And then it's not that hard. Jess looks like she's had deer in headlights right this minute.
Yeah, I'm learning. I know nothing on that world. So
well, we're going to be doing a mandala. We haven't chosen which mandala yet, but for the once a month crochet that we do as a live, we're going to do a mandala together, but it's not going to be a huge one.
I don't think
this would take a long time. But I can tell you, I learned a lot of new stitches between this one and the other one, because I never heard of half these stitches that were in here. So I went in as a newbie. And I just had fun with it.
Well, it looks beautiful.
Thank you.
And I admire it from afar.
Yep.
I will.
Thought about when we got back into the craft room, moving it in there, but the ceilings are even lower in the sewing room or craft room, and I really don't want to put my mandala any lower down than it already is.
You can come in. Yeah. Did you eat dinner? No. You need to eat dinner first. Oh, I know. Sorry. Olivia, you need to eat. Then you can't have it. So, I'm on a channel. You can't just say it out loud, babe. Okay.
They can't. Everyone.
Okay. 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 She wants a Nutter Butter.
It's like a insane thing. Everyone gets it.
Good night, Livy. She hasn't eaten dinner yet, and she's like, I want a Nutter Butter, because a box was bought today, and I was like, oh my word.
Nutter Butters. I haven't seen those in forever.
I can't eat them. It makes me so sick. There's just too much sugar inside of them.
Yeah.
So much.
I told my friend Melanie, I said, on this next box, I want some Reese's cups, because now's a good time to send them while it's still cold.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. And they have the egg ones too for Easter already. They're out and about.
Nope. Only the regulars, not that weird stuff.
I got it. I get it. It is a little different. It is.
It tastes different. I'm weird. I don't like any Easter candy. It's strange. Nikolai does. He'll try to get me to eat one of the eggs. I'm like, no, not happening. He says, what is some few and stuff like this? I said, I don't eat it.
Yeah.
I don't eat Christmas candy either because it tastes different to me.
I'm probably gonna have to get going in a few minutes.
Yeah, I was thinking we're running it. I was just looking to see how long we've been live. We've been live
2.5 hours.
2.5. Yeah.
Which is
so,
fine. Yeah.
Yeah. What I was gonna say was, why don't you go ahead and do the usual spill, remind them again who you are, your channel, when you're doing what and when, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so I'm Jess by Sewalong by Jess. I try to upload. I upload more shorts lately than I have videos, but I need to get back onto the video train, and I have some really amazing upcoming videos with socialites from Fat Quarter Shop. I'm going to be participating in that, and then in March I plan on doing a beginner skills and teaching beginner skills and doing a row quilt with that. I also plan on just sharing my craft and doing some blocks here or there so that we can make mini quilts for our little wall hanging that I have from Elizabeth Hartman, which I'm absolutely in love with and I'm obsessed with. And so I've been trying to find all these free diagrams also that I can make into these 14.5-inch mini quilts.
That's cute, super cute.
I also go live. I'm not on my channel, but on my so-called life. William was in here popping in and out, and we go live together 4 nights a week. Like I said, he's like my best friend. He's fun. I love it. We get along so well, and Katy comes on with us, and other guests and stuff like that. So it's amazing. You'll always have fun over there in the House of Sewing.
Yep.
So.
Okay, so before I do my little thing, let's talk about that poll. So we got 34 votes. What does xeric mean? It means, well, first we'll talk about what y'all voted on. So 24% of the vote voted on an ancient city, 53% voted on characterized by dry conditions, 15% voted on a legal document, and 9% voted a musical instrument. The answer is characterized by dry conditions. That's the answer. So thank you for playing on the poll. Okay, tomorrow night, I don't have a guest unless someone in the channel wants to volunteer. So I'll be on my own tomorrow unless someone comes in. I will be working on block number 34, Stars Upon Stars. Let me show you what that looks like. Also, I will be finishing up the other block I was working on last night. I wasn't finished with it last night. Let's see. Stars Upon Stars is on page 94. And guess what, you guys? It's paper piecing. We're going to do another really cool block.
Thank you, Lavetta. Thank you. I really enjoy coming out with Katy. She's such a sweet. You're so sweet, Katy. I love it.
Oh,
I like
this
that.
This is going to be fun.
Wow, that's a little almost out of my price range.
Price range?
I'm not going to call it, but it's like my depth of knowledge. But it looks
it has here, let me show you the layout of the block. You'll see it's not as bad as you think it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's just paper piecing joined together once you get them all done.
Your images. Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah. So it's not going to be that terribly bad, I don't think. So all I got to do is decide on what colors I'm going to do. And yeah. And when we do tomorrow with this one, we have one left to go. And I'll have all 36 blocks ready for sashing. I'll probably start measuring the blocks because I have 2 or 3 blocks that are a little bit smaller than 12.5. And that could be that maybe I made a mistake somewhere in the math, or they just made it that way where it's actually 12 1/4 or 12 inch. I think I have one that's 12 inches, which is crazy. So I'll compensate with my sashing on that. And for those of you that don't know, what I'm going to do is I've got a name for the quilt now, thanks to Sean from the Guy Who Sews. He helped me come up with a name based on the layout of how this quilt's going to look. And I'm using this pattern for the blocks.
I remember.
So the name of the quilt is going to be called Shaken Blocks.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So it's going to be a very interesting quilt. I'm not going, this calls for a 6-inch border. I'm probably going to use more like a 4.5, but it'll still be just underneath 102 by 102 probably. So it definitely will be on the larger size of a queen size into a king size. So my biggest trouble is going to be finding a long arm big enough to quilt it for me. So, yeah. All right. So everyone, thank you for coming tonight. Remember to live, laugh, love, and dream. What do you do with that? You either make something beautiful or you do something beautiful for someone else to put a smile on their face, because it will make their day if you do. So take care, each of you, and I'll see you tomorrow on the next live. Good night, everyone. It's not good night to them. They're still in daytime.
Bye, Ollie.
All right, let me end the stream. All right, hang on a second. Got to get that delay a second. I want to ask you a